Level up, level up, level up, level up. All right. Good morning, and welcome back to CozyBrown.tv. Um, Today I have something in mind, something specific. But first, let me pass the time, because passing the time is important. In fact, I'm not actually just passing the time. I'm gonna be rolling my blunt, smoking my weed. Yeah, dealing with my addiction. Oh yeah, you know how crazy certain people's opinions affect you. It's really wild. Now, I'm a person who usually don't take opinions or listen in general. When someone tells me something, my brain is literally thinking the opposite of what you're saying and coming up with counter things to say to me, like, nah man, this guy's full of shit. So yeah, it's always like that. But then my girlfriend is a scary person. Honestly, very scary. So I don't comb my hair. In fact, I don't even fuck with the idea of combing my hair. That's like wild. But what the fuck? Okay. But my girlfriend yesterday, she's like, you should comb your hair more. Now, usually these kind of things wouldn't even scratch my temple, but for some reason it sounded like the greatest idea I've ever heard. Like, yeah, I think I should comb my hair more. Maybe I will. And that's just, the scary thing about the brain. There's people who can affect your opinion and you don't know it, but they does. Example, my girlfriend could be your mama, could be your dad, but essentially your opinions are shaped by other people throughout. And sometimes you don't realize it, and sometimes you do. Now, give me a break. 5 seconds. Okay. So, moving on from the opinion thingy, I'm sure you all know what peer pressure is. To some extent, we all fall under peer pressure. Now, usually, you fall under peer pressure because you want to impress someone, a group, or essentially you're trying to fit in. And that had me thinking that, why do you want to fit in? And what exactly is to fit in? Because then, when you're in LO class, in primary or high school, they teach you that everybody is unique and different. So, why would you want to fit in and be like everyone else is the question. Why not be yourself? It's easier to be yourself than be someone who fits in. It's kind of wild. So I wondered how exactly peer pressure be working on people, because I've been through peer pressure, but it doesn't work on me because I'm not interested in what other people are doing in general. The only peer pressure that's ever worked on me is probably what? Women? Yeah, women. Because in if you don't date girls, people on some, you gay or some shit like that, stuff like that. I've only fallen under that trap, whereby people would be like, "Hey, bro, when is Shimani?" and you don't approach women. I'm like, "Damn, man, what the fuck, man?" Yeah, and I fell into that, started dating, feathered a little. I mean, everybody has feathered before. You can't say you haven't feathered before. And if you haven't feathered, it's a tough world. Imagine you're married and you haven't been feathering your entire life. Now you're married. You're in a relationship, a serious one, where you can't feather. But then, you've never feathered before. So when you see temptations, you'll be like, damn, these temptations. Well, if you had been through these temptations before, these temptations wouldn't be so scrumptious now. Yeah, so February is part of the equation, guys. Um, okay, the thing I want to talk about is identity crisis. Now, for you to be like, know what an identity crisis is, you need to know what identity is. And I don't have the definition on at the top of my head, but I have it right here written down. I think I pulled it from Google. So this is what identity is. Identity is the qualities, beliefs, personality, looks, and or expressions that makes a person or group. That's identity. Now, I feel like the idea of identity is far too complex nowadays. That's why people have identity crises. I don't even know if that's English, but like, sue me. Sue me. Are you an English teacher? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, like the idea of identity nowadays, it's complex. It's much more than it is, as you say, beliefs, personality, looks, all these things go into your identity. And for you to form your identity, I don't know how you do that. I mean, I'm also I don't know what our generation is called. Gen Z? I don't know. I really don't care. Yeah, but I also don't know what an identity is exactly. Even though the definition is right there, that definition still sounds like fucking nonsense to me. Because, okay, according to me, identity is the way I was born is my identity. Like, I feel like everything else is self-image. Of course, self-image is part of identity, but like your original identity when you are born, the name they assign you, your nationality, ethnicity, whether you have or whether you have male organs or female reproductive organs. That's what I feel like identity is. Now, people make this idea too complex and, add these other variables. That's why kids are so confused as to what they are. I mean, we're in a time where people believe they are vampires. I wish I was joking. Yeah, there's people who think they are vampires. And this is linked to the LGBTQIA plus. Yes, it's that long. Actually, when I searched up like this identity topic, I found out there's like about 65 words to describe like a person's sex, identity, gender. Like, I don't care what you call it really. But like that's really really like confusing. That's something really. I mean, what were you born as? Who were you born to? I feel like identity is that simple, but people are like complicating it and making it hard and adding their feelings into it. Okay, I mean, you can add your feelings into it. There's nothing wrong with feeling, but there's something definitely wrong with feeling wrong. I mean, like what? How can you feel that you're a vampire, bro? Can you fly? Can you turn into like mist? Can you like turn into a rat or something? I don't know, man, because that's what vampires be doing, and they always trying to justify these identities. Now, I personally don't have anything against human beings. I mean, like, I accept you as a human being. You are human, most definitely, and you are going through a human experience, but you're not a vampire. Oh, let me shy away from the vampires for a minute. I'm talking about the rainbow people, the alphabet people. So like, I went and searched up some terms. Do you know there's a thing called the novi gender? Like a gender identity used by people who experience having a gender that can't be described using existing language due to its complex and unique nature. Hey, my boy, what? No gender, my boy, what? I mean, y'all ever seen Dave Chappelle's show where he says gender is a fact? Well, I don't think Dave was the originator of the term gender is a fact, but I think he heard it from someone and he came and rephrased it because, like, it's that true. Like, it's that true. When you came out from your mother's legs, from in between your mother's legs, what did you come out with? You came out with what? Did you come out with female reproductive organs or male reproductive organs? I mean, it's that easy. That's your gender right there. That's never mind. It's about your feelings, yes. So let's let it be about your feelings. But I know what you were born as. I can see what you is, Kazi. But like, I'm not gonna press onto it. Then there's also this other one. Let me just scroll up. I don't have these things in my mind. Like, I don't know. Then there's also non-binary. I feel like non-binary people are also like the novi gender. It's like y'all just using different words for the same thing. Of course, I feel like non-binary people are a little more acceptable because these people usually know like what the fuck they have in between their legs. They're not confused about that. They're just confused about their feelings about it. And I mean, I'm not against that. The novi gender literally think that they don't have a vagina or a pussy, and it's right there. But this is the life that we live. This is the life that we live. It's kind of sad, really. It's kind of sad. Oh, like, I don't even know what to say more because it's that sad to me. It's that sad. And have you ever heard of multigender? I mean, I know hermaphrodites, right? You were born with both parts, and obviously one of them is not functioning. So at the end of the day, you still know what you is. The mutation occurred, but you still know what you is. Then there's people who claim to be multigender, and like apparently these people experience multiple gender identities. They could be pansexual, bisexual, like. I'm tired of you people. I'm tired of you people. I know it kind of sounds hateful, harsh, or whatever, but I feel like that's what we call an identity crisis. You know, when you don't know yourself, even though you can look in the mirror and see that you exist and you have certain characteristics without a doubt, but then you still don't know yourself. How don't you know yourself? It's perplexing. It's a confusing thing. I will never understand it. Look, as I say, I have no problems with anyone as a human being. Like, I identify you as a human being. I will treat you as a human being. But then, I'm not about to go out of my way to say you are, maybe let's say, you're a boy, and I have to, like, treat you like a girl just so that you can feel comfortable. Because then, when I do that, I feel uncomfortable. So you understand that you are winning, I'm losing now. But you find nothing wrong with that. Because I'm supposed to accept you. Of course I'm going to accept you. You're a human being, I accept that. But I don't accept that you mystically was not supposed to be a man. I mean, if you are not supposed to be a man, I'm pretty sure you would have been born a woman, low boy. Pretty sure, like, those kind of mistakes don't be happening. It's your. I don't want to say it this way, because like, they say, that community is not mentally ill, because apparently these people are fully functional. They're functioning, but then if you ask me, there's definitely a confusion that's occurring, and this confusion is quite deep. It's deeper than you think. Cause in damn is it doing some things, boy.